So, next week, Power Rangers Unlimited, the Death Ranger, will be dropping, and it will be the last comic before MMPR issue 100. So, this will be the origin story of the Death Rangers, but not only the Death Ranger, the previous Omega Rangers that we'll be learning about in this issue. So, let's talk about the preview pages, which will contain slight spoilers. If you don't want to get spoiled, click off this video while you can, because I don't think we're going to look at the covers, because we've seen the covers before. These covers were shown during the press release. So, let's read what this comic could be about and speculate with everything going on. But one thing I want to slip in here before I talk about the synopsis and stuff like that, the Death Ranger talked about the Omega Rangers disgracing the name of Omega, and that's why he took out Zach, Trini, and Jason. If there's one character that brought disgrace to the Omega Rangers, it's Kia. So will Kia return in MMPR issue 100? No idea, but I guess we'll find out. But let's read what this is about. Discover a shocking secret hidden from the Power Rangers as they charge to 100 in August 2022. So, here's who's working on the comic. Paul Alla, who worked on the Psychopath. Art done by Catherine Lobo, who's done the Magic the Gathering comics. I didn't even know they made Magic comics. Kevoski Anna Chandra, who did the Countdown to Ruin artwork. Colors by Fabi Marquise, who did Batman the World. And we've also got Sara Antonellini and Sharon Marino. And they've all, most of them have worked on Power Rangers. And of course, sorry, my throat. And of course, Ed Dukeshire being the letterer once again, which Ed puts in amazing work for the lettering. But hey, let's read what this comic could be about. The legendary Omega Rangers defended the universe from evil thousands of years ago. The six of them using their elemental powers to protect from other sinister forces. I cannot read tonight. But that all changed when one key member became obsessed with a death-defying powers from a terrifying source. How does this ranger connect to what's locked in the mysterious Omega Vault in Safehaven, so many millennia later, as everything converges to the milestone of Charge 100? Okay. So, let's look at these preview pages. If you don't want to get spoiled, click off this video while you can. That's all I'm warning you. Click off this video while you can. So, spoilers in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so let's talk about these preview pages. So, it opens up with what we saw in Countdown to Ruin, where they were getting read the bedtime story about the Death Ranger, the Gold Omega Ranger, as they were called, able to raise the dead and defy death. But I love the sweet irony, if it is irony, where Andros goes, imagine being able to raise the dead. And Zane goes, imagine being raised from the dead. Oh, dear God, you don't know what you're in for. But then they get warned by Mavie by saying, no, Zane, don't imagine that. There are so many terrible fates lurking in this universe, waiting for you to stumble upon them. So please, don't seek out more. And then it cuts to the flashback of the Omega Rangers fighting off this weird abomination, whatever it is. And it's an interesting look into the past, because we see them sort of fighting off this weird monster, which looks really cool. Looks like something straight out of Marvel, but it's also Power Ranger-esque. Like, I do love it. We see 11, who is just an itty-bitty hand, which is kind of adorable. But yeah, we kind of don't learn the names so far from me reading this of the original Omega Rangers. Let's see. So there's the red one. Yeah, there's the gold one. There's the gold Omega Ranger Zord, which looks really freaking cool. I do like it. It kind of looks like the Magna Warrior from Yu-Gi-Oh! They're the vibes I'm getting. But I do like his design. Looks really freaking cool. So we don't know the names of the other Omega Rangers, but we do get Spiark getting name dropped. And you see them fighting off whoever this is. Wait, we find out. So, the day our story begins, the Omega Rangers were fighting a creature they only knew. Oh, so this is probably going to be told through the perspective of Maeve telling the story to Andros and Zane. If that's the narrative they do for this comic, I'm all in. Okay, the day our story begins is the Omega Rangers were fighting a creature they only knew as Sister Supernova, a monstrous deep space tyrant powered by the remains of the dead star. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And then they've got their Omega Cannon. How come we never saw this? This looks cool. How come we never saw the original, not the Stone Cannon tray? How come we never saw Zach, Trini, and Jason use this? This looks cool. Maybe it was teased. I don't know. But we see what they look like. Sexy monster, I guess. But then they get blasted. And that's kind of where the preview ends, where they get blasted and they get destroyed. And we just see the silhouette there by saying they powered down, which is really interesting. But yeah, they're all the previews we've got, and I gotta say, the artwork looks fantastic. These preview pages don't give away much. They're just very previewy and very teasy. Oh, I burped there, sorry. But it's a good insight on what the past looked like. 11's only a hand. And like I said, this could be told from the perspective of Maeve, or Mavi, whatever you want to call her, who was telling this bedtime story to Andros and Zane. Which should be very interesting to see from that perspective, because usually they've been sub-stories, and although this is a legend in the Power Rangers story... Wait, oh, okay, I see how they turned it into a cannon. The blue Omega Zord can turn into that cannon. Okay, that's cool, that's why I missed it. Okay, that's pretty freaking cool. That's pretty freaking cool. But yeah, I do like how this is going to be told through, like a story time, because everything else we've seen with Unlimited have sort of been these flashbacks and stuff like that throughout the universe, like the Astromina one, the Zane one, or the Zane and Andros one, and the Phantom Ranger one. So this one is like told in the past again, but it's through a bedtime story. So that's an interesting narrative to have for it. But anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on the Death Ranger coming out? Love it, hate it, and what are you expecting to see when this comic drops? So, well, with that said, I'm going to bring this video to a close. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you guys later. Peace out, take care, bye.